last full day in Paris, and I'm not actually in Paris. I'm going to Versailles today, somewhere that I have wanted to go to for so many years. I've been obsessed with the show about it for so long. I'm really, really excited. I cannot wait for this. I also realised when I was editing the last vlog, I forgot to tell you this really great story about being at the ballet, because obviously I went alone, like I'm doing everything alone. I know I say we all the time, like we're going to Versailles. I mean you and I when I'm saying that, like I'm bringing you with me. But yeah, I'm doing everything on my own, which is, like, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. Once upon a time, this would have just not been a thing. I wouldn't have felt comfortable to be able to do this, and I think it's just come from healing, to be honest with you, being more comfortable in my own company, and I think it's a good thing. So yes, at the ballet, I made a friend. It turned out I got sat next to an ex-ballet dancer. He was from New York and he was there on his own as well. And we just got chatting, and it was one of those things when you were like, I was meant to meet you. We got on so well. So yeah, that was really, really nice. Just to say, if you feel a bit funny about doing things on your own, it's always worth it. And if you're doing things that are interesting to you, you might make a new friend. That's what happened at the ballet, and it was so fun. I had questions about which ballet I saw as well, and it was the George Balanchine one. So it was interesting. There were like two parts to it. The first part was more classical, traditional ballet, and then the second was like a New York theme, a bit more modern, to like Gershwin style music. Really, really fun. As I said in the last vlog, it was incredible. And oh my God, we're here.
Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. Yeah, I'd give it all up now, just to be with you somehow. Unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh.
Well, that was beautiful. I feel like that's all I've said this entire trip. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. It's incredible. Oh, seriously though, like, wow. I thought Chatsworth was grand. Chatsworth's like a country cottage compared to that place. insane. It was quite busy. There's a lot of people here. I got a bit, I don't know, made me a little bit anxious, and I felt a bit overwhelmed. So I found a little marble bench away from the crowds to come and sit on and just have a quiet moment. I always like to think, like, who sat here? When I walked over, I was like, oh, I wonder who sat here. I wonder who broke her heart. I wonder if there's a story to this. Really, really nice day. Such a lovely thing to do. I highly recommend it. It didn't take too long to get here, actually. It was about 40 minutes from Paris on the train, and it was about €4, something like that. So it was dead cheap. I had the audio guide as well, which was really nice, and they do that in all different languages. Yeah, everything I wanted it to be. The Hall of Mirrors was just, wow. Everything I've done, I haven't regretted a single thing. Sometimes time to go home. And we're back. It's been a while since I last vlogged. Hope's very happy that I'm home. Very, very happy. She wasn't at first. She was like, Mardy. And I know that's a very northern English word, Mardy. So just to clarify, she's like moody. Like not very happy with me, giving me the cold shoulder. Rightly so. I did go to Paris without her for a month, but she's fine. She's really happy that I'm back. Her and my mum have been absolutely fine. Everything is as I left it, except me. I feel very different. I feel completely changed. We knew this was going to happen, didn't we? I felt like I got back and I just felt like I needed a minute, which I always feel like after any kind of travel. I always feel like I just need to chill, be alone, do my introvert thing, and recharge, read books, watch films, not really get dressed that much, and just settle myself back in. So I did that, but emotionally it wasn't very good. It didn't feel good. When I first got back, it was fine. I walked through the door and I was like, oh, I've forgotten how lovely the house is. Like, I absolutely love it. It's so clean and nice, and I've made it so beautiful. I'm so lucky to live here. I feel so grateful. And then over the weekend, sadness set in, anxiety set in, death anxiety set in. And I haven't felt that since I had cervical cancer, and I changed my entire life as a result. That was literally the pebble stone that started the whole lifestyle change that I did rolling. I quit my job. You'll know. That's what my book's about. That's everything that led up to me writing my book and what I wrote my book Enough about. Huge changes, and I've come to the conclusion that potentially that's what's coming again. But I don't know what. I just don't really know what. But I don't feel great being back. I feel like I'm in the wrong place, which is massive. I feel lonely again. I feel like I need balance. And I've been asked a lot about Paris and what I learned in Paris, and why do you think you were supposed to go? And I think the reason, I know the reason, the reason I was supposed to go was to see what was possible for me. Like, all that life, all that connection that I had, all that inspiration that I had, all the joy that I had. It wasn't all great. There were pits as well. I've talked about those. Feeling scared, overcoming fear, all that, real life kind of stuff. It wasn't a complete Disneyland fantasy. But on the whole, it was incredible. And I've come back and the contrast is like, wow. The contrast is just, it's massive. And I really feel like the storm that I've been through these last 2 years is now over. It's over, it's done. The waters are calm now. And it's a case of deciding what direction I want to go in next. Right now I have no idea, but I just wanted to share how I was feeling after coming back from Paris, which is exactly that. The main thing that I keep thinking again and again is that I need more balance. I haven't got enough life and connection here. I love my life here, I love the nature, like I said, I love my house and all that kind of stuff, but it's the connection that I'm really, really missing. And I don't have that. And I know that living in the English countryside, it looks like such a dream, and it was a dream of mine for so long, and it still is. I love it. I'm not saying it's awful in any way, and I know how lucky I am to be able to live where I do. But what I will say is that living in the countryside as a couple is very, very different to living in the countryside single in your 30s as well. So then having a taste of of what my life could potentially be like, and then coming back here, it's like, wow. And I just don't know where my head's at. I'm not about to completely up sticks and move to Paris, by the way. That's not what this is. I'm just being open and just letting you know that, and this happens so often. Let me know in the comments if when you come back from a travel, you tend to make big changes, because it always plays out that way for me. And I can just see some really big changes coming. Really, really big changes. I'm writing about that on Substack this week, so I'll leave a link in case you want to go and read me processing all this whirlwind of thoughts and emotions onto a page. It'll probably come out a lot clearer than it has just now. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to make some changes for myself. I keep thinking, I don't know if you know of her, but I thought of her a lot while I was in Paris. I keep thinking about Beth Kirby, the late Beth Kirby, who was Local Milk. And she was one of my original inspirations. Like, I used to look at her photography, her blog, just her general lifestyle. She was very into slow living and think like that's the dream. And she used to have a base in America, and then she'd go and spend time in different countries. And Paris was one of them. And I used to think of her a lot because the area that I stayed in, I discovered through her, and a lot of the recommendations and things like that. So I thought about Beth a lot and how she made that kind of life work, and whether maybe that's something I want to do. But yeah, going to Paris for a month wasn't a one-off, because I've been asked about that as well. Like, is it something that you'll do once a year, or what does this mean? What's next? And now it's time to think about what's next. And I don't know. I don't have all the answers. So I'm just, over the weekend, I gave myself that minute. I sat with the emotions. I think it was nursing a bit of a Parisian hangover, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. But that's how I'm feeling. Now I'm back. So I'm just taking it slow. All right, I hope. I'm just taking it slow, settling back into life and thinking about change. Time to reflect now. I feel like I lived in the moment while I was there, very much. And now it's time to take a step back, slow down, have a think about what it is that I want moving forwards. And it's nice to have options, it's nice to have choice. We'll see.